In this video, I'm going to compare the Philips Norelco Body Groom 7000 series. We're going to compare this older model with the brand new model. This one I've had for years. In fact, it's the second one. So I've had this model as my go-to razor forever, but this is my brand new one. We're going to talk about the differences. Now, the only reason I decided to replace this one is because I dropped it, and I don't know if you can see this, one of the teeth actually broke over here. So that is cracked. It's missing a whole section right here. So I went online and I started researching, should I get the same thing? And I realized they have a brand new model. Now I know these look totally different, but they do the same things, and I'll show you how. So we're going to talk about the key differences between the two, which one I prefer and why, so that you can decide which body groomer is better for you. This older model is the BG7040 42. Now, what I love about this thing is it holds a charge for a really long time. You can use it for up to 80 minutes. So if you're doing your whole body, you have plenty of time on a single charge. In fact, I only end up charging this maybe once a week, and I use it several times a week. You can use this to trim your beard, and you can use this to trim hair anywhere on your body. The head on this side of the trimmer does rotate. And this is the side that I tend to use when trimming body hair. And it's meant for that because you can go either direction, and there are little blades here like scissor blades. And then there's a foil razor blade to get the smaller hairs. So this gets the bigger hair and then the smaller hairs. That way you get a nice and close, smooth shave. Does it work? Yeah, it works really well. Can you use this in and out of the shower? Yes, you can, as long as you remember to put this little rubber piece back in after you charge it. It charges very fast and it's easy to charge. You just take the USB cord and you plug in this end to that and you just let it sit, it will charge. This one includes a little hard carrying case, which I absolutely love, and it holds the razor beautifully just like this so that it doesn't get smashed while it's in your luggage. One unique feature about this model is that it actually has two different on buttons. So the top on button only turns on this razor and the bottom one only turns on this razor. One feature that this one is lacking, which I wish it had, is the ability to put it in airplane mode or safety lock. What I mean by that is if you're traveling and this is in your luggage and the button happens to get accidentally pressed, it's going to be on and you're probably going to get pulled aside and they're going to say, what is buzzing in your bag? If you put it in the hard case, you have less of a chance of that happening, but it can occur. With the other model, it has an airplane lock, which I'll show you in just a second. Now, how do I use this to trim my beard? Well, it's super awesome. So this extends up and it goes one click at a time. And at the biggest end, that is huge. You can see how much space there is. Like this doesn't catch any of my hair at all right now. So what I tend to do is I will put it all the way down and then go up 1 or 2 clicks. I will use it to trim my beard and then I'll go down a click and I'll get it to fade up the sideburns. It works wonderful for that. For shaving your body, I tend to use this end most of the time, unless the hair gets really long, then I'll use this end first. This can be removed and you have this here. But I would not recommend using this in very sensitive areas, if you know what I mean, because I have definitely cut myself with this end. Now, this is designed to be able to reach hard to reach spots. So I'll show you how that works. And the way it works is you just hold this end because it's curved. You can reach back. Now I actually have to push on my elbow to make it go a little farther back. And you can see here, I can reach to that point in my back. And then if I come from the other side, I can reach that same spot. So I'm able to get my entire back with this. Is it comfortable to use? Not really, but it is helpful that it's so long. If you don't want a very smooth shave and you just want to get like longer hair, you can use this end, but the problem is the curve doesn't help. Because now I see this blade is angled upward. I actually would have to flip this over and now the curve is working against me. So that is definitely a con for this one. Now let's look at the new model. This is the BG7490/50. This thing replaced this one for me, and I'm so happy that I found it. This is my new favorite razor, but first let me show you why so you can make your own decisions. So first of all, the top of this blade is very similar to this model. So they have a very similar design. These blades here on both models have these little pearl drops so that these blades are not pointy. They are on this one on this side, but on this part, they're not pointy. They have a little round tip to them called a pearl, which protects you and helps you not nick yourself. And it does work very well. Now the older model rockers this way, up and down, and also side to side. The newer model only rocks side to side like this. It doesn't rock forward to backward. I think that's an improvement because what I was finding myself doing is a lot of times it would rock to the point where it was rocking away from the hair, which I didn't want. I always wished I had a way to hold it in place, and this one will always stay in place. So wherever you're going, you know if you lean this way, it's going to get the hair that way. If you lean back, it's going to get the hair that way. This one you don't know because if it gets stuck on your skin, it rocks and you might miss a chunk of hair. The other cool feature that this one has, the other one doesn't have, is a light. Now you might be wondering, why would you need a light on a razor? And here's why, at least for me. If I shave, for example, my chest or my whole front here, I always, every time I do it, in the mirror, in the bathroom at home, I look in, I say, oh, I got it all. I got everything. The moment I step out onto a beach or in the sun, in the brighter light, I can see a whole bunch of spots that I missed, and it's kind of embarrassing. Well, that light helps you see what you're doing as you're shaving so that you make sure you don't miss any spots. This model also comes with the power lock. So if I press this button, this light will start to flash, and now it's shut off. So now, even when this is in my luggage, it cannot accidentally turn on. See, I can't turn it on unless I long press it again until the light is done flashing and it turns on. Now it's in regular use mode. I love that feature because I take this everywhere I go. So how does the runtime compare? Well, the maximum runtime on this model is about 80 minutes, but the maximum runtime on this is double that, so 120 minutes, which is insane. You could shave your entire body over and over again. You probably only have to charge this twice a month. Both of these models are wet and dry, so you can take them into the shower. I tend to use them dry most of the time. It works great enough for me, but if you like a wet shave while you're shaving, both of these waterproof. Now, I showed you on the older model that it has two different types of blades. Well, so does this, except it's not on the back. This unit right here can actually pop off. By the way, this does include several different covers, which you can click on like this so that you can get the hair a little bit longer if you like. But you also get this attachment. Now notice, remember when I showed you on this one, these blades here are very pointy, very sharp, very easy to get sensitive skin caught in there, which I know from a lot of experience, and it's a horrible feeling when it happens. This blade actually has those pearl drops as well. Hard to see getting close up, but there's little rounded tips on the front of this. So that's going to help you to also not nick yourself. This attachment also has a light, making it easier to see what you're doing in those hard to see places. And to attach this one, you simply put it here and press, and it locks into place. To remove it, you have to press that button, so it is very secure until you press that button. Now, this one right here is perfect for getting those really tight spots. If you want to get a straight line right here, or if you want to trim around your beard, or you could use this to trim your body as well. I still recommend the other head for trimming your body, but this will do a good job. And if you want a little precaution, you can put this attachment on, which gives you a little bit more space between the blades, so the hair is going to be a little bit longer, but this thing does a great job. You also get two attachments. Now remember, I said I use this for trimming my beard all the time, but I can do the same thing with this by using these two attachments here. Now this one just pops on top like the last one that I showed you, and to adjust it, you simply spin this wheel, and that's going to make adjustments for the level of hair. This is the one I love the most though, and I'll show you why. This simply clicks on like this, and to adjust this, instead of spinning a wheel, you have a lever here. So it goes left to right. It's numbered so you can remember what you did last time. And now watch the difference. So that is the widest, and that is the tightest. So on the widest, even at my beard length right now, this is not touching me at all. So your beard could be even longer than mine, and it won't touch it. I'll click one over, still nothing. One over, still nothing. So it does a good job. If I go one more, I know it's going to grab the hair, because that's how I know where to put this. I will put this at the biggest setting, keep doing that until it kind of gets stuck. And then I know, oh, if I shave it there, it's going to trim it just a tad. This model also comes with a charging stand. So to charge this, you simply drop this into place and it'll start charging right away, or you can charge it by plugging in directly into here, which is what I do when I travel. When I'm home, I use this one. Now, the only con that I have with the new model is that it doesn't come with a hard case like the old model did. It comes with a bag, and I don't like putting this in a bag and putting it in my luggage because these little plastic pieces can get crushed. So I am going to buy a solid case similar to this, but a little bit bigger so it can fit all of the attachments. That's the only downside. Here's the final thing that you get with this, which makes it ultimately my favorite razor that I've ever owned. It comes with this. This is the back shaving extension. So the way this works is you press this button, this flips up, it locks into place, and now your razor goes here. It also locks into place, and now you can shave your back. Now, I showed you this thing here. Look at the difference in size. So here's how far I can reach without pressing on my elbow. But with this new one, I can reach all the way to here. Look, not pressing on the elbow, all the way down there and way past that spot. So to shave your back, this thing's awesome. It has this little T-grip handle, so you don't have to worry about accidentally dropping it. You just hook your fingers in here, and it's easy to reach anywhere on your body. This thing's awesome. So what's my final verdict? Well, this has served me very well for many, many years. I loved this razor, but this one is going to replace it. Absolutely. This is the nicest razor I've ever owned. It does everything I needed to do. It's fantastic. If you're interested in either of these, there's links in the description to both of these. Both are awesome and I highly recommend them. Please like this video, hit subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.